watching Quad Cities Live.
Well, picture it. 5 strangers putting their hearts, reputations, and baking skills on the line for first place at the county fair. Just Desserts, a musical bake-off, is underway now at Circa 21 Dinner Playhouse in Rock Island. And joining me are 2 of the actors in that. Bobby Betcher, am I saying that right? Okay, good. I was like, at the last second, I'm like, I hope it's not Becker. And also Scott Bessler. I want to thank you both for being here to talk about this show with us. So obviously, tried to do a little of my homework. This looks like a fantastic production, like absolutely fantastic, and people can see it already this weekend, like it's underway right now. Describe the plot for us, Bobby.
Sure. Well, it takes place in a fictional county, Jefferson County, but it's not unfamiliar to
everyone has a Jefferson County.
That's right.
Don't they?
Right.
Yes.
And it's much like counties surrounding the Quad Cities, and it follows the 5 finalists of the Jefferson County Bake Off. And so they've gone through big cuts doing appetizers and entrees, and now we're down to the dessert round. And so we'll watch them throughout the rest of the competition as they prepare their best take on cookies, pies, and wedding cakes. And we see 5 different people that everyone will be able to connect to at least one of them, and we see how they have relationships with each other throughout the show, and some try to sabotage each other, some grow to like each other, but of course there's a happy ending like all good musicals.
Well, I was going to say there's just a whole lot there. Elsa, describe some of the different characters that we are going to meet when we see this show.
Oh, well, we have a lot of fun characters in this show. First off, just kind of a fun starter, Bobby is the host of the show. He's also the local news weatherman.
Okay, so let's actually just trade places now.
I do have a news anchor voice in the show.
You have one right now. He did his mic check, and I'm like, wow, that's a great voice. So you're the host, you're kind of a local personality, and then there are the competitors.
And then there are the competitors who are all sort of varying degrees of sane to crazy.
Okay.
My end of the spectrum is definitely a little closer to the crazy.
Love that.
Brandy is a twice divorced, blue collar, hard worker, ex-beauty queen, who is really, really happy to be on the show. She is there to make friends and not much else.
Okay.
And then we go through, there's a school nurse who's very shy and sort of comes out of her shell throughout the process. There's the reigning champion, who's sort of the grande dame of the bake-off. She's the CEO of a department store in town. We have a mysterious transplant in Lou Battaglia who comes in and is very intimidating at first, but kind of grows into more of a softie as the show goes on. And then we have a younger sort of starting out baker who's really driven and wants to start her own company.
Wow. So we got it all in this, and it kind of reminds me of like when you actually watch some of these shows, like these reality shows on TV, and you kind of pick your favorite. You know what I mean? Like you pick your character, even though those are real people. So without giving too much away about the show, each of you tell me what's your favorite part about this musical?
My favorite part is definitely I get to interact a lot with the audience and a lot with these people, and so I have a nice kind of middle ground between the characters on stage and the audience watching, and they get to see me on air and also when the cameras turn off and how I interact with people when the cameras are not rolling anymore. And so it's a really fun relationship to get to have double-sided with both the audience and with my fellow actors.
Perfect. What about you?
I really love doing small cast musicals in general because you get a little more stage time to build relationships with different characters on the stage, whereas large cast musicals you might not ever be on stage at the same time as this other character. So there's just a lot of interaction between the characters, and it's really fun.
That's very interesting. So for anybody that is thinking about experiencing Dinner Playhouse at Circa 21, describe the night for me. Describe the feeling, and how would you encourage somebody to just go ahead and get that ticket and try it out?
Well, Circa 21 is very unique as far as theaters are concerned, especially in the area, in that it's a dinner theater, and then they have a wait staff that is performing. I'm sure most people would know about the bootleggers in this area.
They're fabulous.
That is
fabulous.
a really, really special part of the night. And so they'll come and they'll have their meal, and then the bootleggers will do their performance to warm everybody up. And then the show proper happens, and they have dessert at intermission, which is always a nice way to keep everybody engaged and happy throughout the rest of the show. And it is really special to have a professional theater company in the area and to get to bring in talent from around the country. And there is some really excellent talent on display here as well.
I would agree with you. And also, do you feel the energy, having done this show now, from the audience, especially kind of as we are winding down from this pandemic? I mean, you must feel that on stage.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the theater industry took such a big hit, and it was really difficult there for a while for both people in the industry and patrons of it. I mean, people love coming to places like Circa 21, and you can tell that they missed it. And now that we're back all status quo, you can definitely feel that energy. People are ready to be out and around and have a good time.
For sure. Okay, well, information is there on your screen. You can also always find that online, of course. Shows Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Make sure to call and make your reservation. Bobby and Elsa, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.